What's up guys, it's Ninja Turtle, and today's video we're going to talk about Horizon Zero Dawn, its most recent story trailer and my personal gameplay impressions of Horizon Zero Dawn. Keep in mind, on this channel I talk about games that are near and dear to my heart, games that I have a high anticipation for, and things that I pretty much plan on buying or at least have a passion to cover and make videos for. So that's not every single game, but Horizon Zero Dawn is absolutely one of those games. So a few days ago, Horizon Zero Dawn, Guerrilla Games and PlayStation dropped a new trailer, the Friends and Foes trailer, which is playing right now, giving us a lot more information and detail about what this game is, what the whole objective is in the first place, because that's something that we really haven't had a concrete answer on prior to this trailer. So again, in this new trailer, the Friends and Foes trailer, we start off with Aloy, and she's waking up and she sees that her tribe has been massacred. She's alive, but everyone else, arrows sticking out of them, and they're dead. And the whole game is, your objective is to find out who these killers were. Aloy knows that these killers were wearing masks, but other than that, she saw their leader, but she really doesn't know who they are and why they went out and tried to kill her entire tribe. They didn't kill her, but one of the other things that we've already known from a previous trailer is that Aloy is considered an outcast even in her own tribe, by her own people. She was set aside and she had to be raised by other outcasts, and she doesn't even know who her mother is. When she tries to get answers from people about her past, about why she was outcasted and why she's being treated the way she has been, she doesn't get any straight answers. People pretty much avoid her or just shun her, and she's been dealing with that her entire life. So that's going to be part of the game, her journey of discovering who she is and why she's being treated the way she has been. But the main point of the game is to find out who has been killing her tribe. Now, on top of that, you still have that whole, how did this world get to be the way it is in the first place? This is Earth, and it's not an alternate Earth or anything. This is just Earth. It's not a different planet. So naturally, you have to wonder, how do we get from, the city and the bright lights and tall buildings that we enjoy nowadays to having mechanical dinosaurs and mechanical life, but yet still have this sort of primitive feel with swords and knives and daggers and so on, and then you can still ride a gigantic mechanical brontosaurus. So I believe they're going to touch that in the game. It hasn't been a concrete thing, and they do say in the trailers that you wonder this journey and how we got to be where we are right now. So I do hope that they explore that in the game. But right now, the game is finding out who killed your tribe. Now, I had the pleasure of going to PlayStation Experience at the beginning of December in 2016, and one of the games that I absolutely made sure I played, despite waiting in line for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, was Horizon Zero Dawn. It was a super long line, and let me tell you that I had got mixed feelings for it at first. So what it was, and I found this out later, maybe the next day after I played it, and I did play, it was about 20 minutes of gameplay. It was objective based, and afterwards, it was about 4 objectives to complete. Afterwards, I was feeling a little, I wouldn't say salty, but more of, I was actually disappointed. The gameplay was solid, don't get me wrong. It had solid mechanics and it looked good, but it didn't look as good as I thought it would, and I actually wanted more out of the gameplay demo. I was hoping that at that time that the demo would have some sort of narration, some sort of story, or some sort of other characters. Just give me a feel of the world, not just have me play the mechanics. Now, the mechanics are very much intuitive, very much like Tomb Raider, the most recent Tomb Raider game, so you're not going to miss anything or mess anything up if you played those games before. And you had the tools around you with your bow and arrow. You had various weapons like bombs and things like that, different tech gadgets that were really cool, hacking the different animals or whatever you call them. I forget the name honestly right now, but hacking into them and controlling the horse and so on, all that stuff was there, but it was just too objective based for that PlayStation demo, PlayStation Experience demo build for me. I wanted a little bit of story. Now the next day after that, I was not in that area, but I was in another area where someone was going over the demo, which is the exact demo that you see right here, the 4K demo. So they were playing this on a 70-inch Sony Bravia 4K TV, and it looked amazing. Now, what I was playing the demo on the day before was more like a 40-inch TV, and I didn't realize it at the time that this guy who was going over the demo, he was explaining that in this build that we were watching, that it had HDR on and HDR off features, and 1080p features and 4K features in that specific PlayStation Experience 4K build that he was demoing. But everything else at the actual demo booth for Horizon Zero Dawn was 1080p and no HDR. So my impressions were actually tainted on the game because I wasn't playing the full experience that he was demoing. So with that in mind, guys, this game is absolutely amazing and gorgeous in 4K. I will tell you this right now, I pretty much broke my back and spent all the money that I have and all the money that I don't have on buying a 4K TV with HDR and getting a PlayStation 4 Pro for specifically Mass Effect Andromeda and Horizon Zero Dawn, and I am ready for this game. Seeing it in 4K is one of the reasons that made me feel validated by making that decision. When you see this game, when you see Mass Effect and other games like that in 4K and you experience the 4K games, it's hard to go back to 1080p. It's kind of like when you were back a few years ago, even you go to a friend's house and they have a HD TV and you're watching a sports game or whatever it is, and then even your favorite TV show, and you see, man, that HD looks amazing, and then you go back to your house and your standard TV, and then you get all of that jealousy, and you're like, man, I really need to get an HD TV. 4K gaming is exactly like that. Once you experience and see the 4K gaming yourself, it doesn't translate well on YouTube. It doesn't translate well on a standard PC monitor. You have to have the full setup, and if you don't have that, you're not going to notice the difference. You're not going to appreciate the difference. And let me tell you, Horizon Zero Dawn looks absolutely amazing with the HDR features and the 4K gaming. So I know Sony's going to beat this like a dead horse. They're going to say get a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I would say yes, you absolutely should consider getting a PlayStation 4 Pro for this game and other games that will be coming out in the future. I completely understand anyone that doesn't care about 4K gaming, that just is fine with 1080p, their HD TV. But I know, again, once you experience it, it's really hard to go back. So again, the gameplay is fun. I cannot wait till the end of February so I can start playing it. I will stream it as soon as I get it on my Twitch channel. Make sure you go follow twitch.tv/ninja_chortle, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be soon. Take care.